One day, Thomas was at the seaside of a small village. Fishermen were loading fish into his trucks. The work was taking a very long time. The fishermen were using old equipment, and Thomas was getting worried. "I'm going to be late for Henry at the docks. He won't like this. Please hurry up." But Thomas was rudely interrupted. His driver and fireman laughed. "Phew," said Thomas. "What a pong." He was much happier when they were speeding along the coastal line. But just then they saw a man waving a red flag. "¿Qué está pasando ahora?" dijo Thomas. "High tides have damaged the track," said the man. "I've marked the spot. Vamos a inspectar," dijo el maquinista. "It would be very dangerous for heavy engines like Henry," said the driver, "but for Thomas it should be safe enough." The guard put out red oil lamps to warn engines. "When we get to the docks, I'll tell him to close the line." Dun, dun, ding, dun, ding. Henry was waiting anxiously for Thomas in his trucks. "Fua," dijo Henry, "tú viniste muy tarde. Y tú huele horrible." "Es el pescado," dijo Thomas, "y hay problemas." Tú es lo único que tiene problemas, Thomas. Now get your trucks hitched to my train." Thomas, his driver, and fireman were in the yardmaster's office when they heard Henry's whistle. There he was, steaming out of the station with his long, heavy train called the Flying Kipper. "What route is Henry taking tonight?" said the driver. "The coastal run, it's the quickest." "But I told you," said the driver, "that's very dangerous for a heavy engine like Henry." The yardmaster quickly phoned the signal box. Henry roared past the signal box. "I'll soon make up for lost time." But the signalman couldn't hear the warning. By the time he did, Henry was far away in a cloud of steam. As they kept puffing along, there was fog around. "I can't see," cried Henry, nor could his driver. But when they could, it was too late. As soon as the tide was high enough, Henry was craned out of the water. "Los locomotores no van a nadar, Henry," dijo Sir Topham Hatt. "Tú tienes que llevar los peces, no nadar con ellos. Tú tienes que saber eso ahora." "Sí, señor, preocúpame." When Henry arrived at the docks, Cranky the Crane looked down on him. My, Henry, looks like you might have some fishy tales to tell. But take my advice, have a long hose down first." There was worse to come. "Mira, ellos tenían todos estos peces y también un monstruo. Eso no es un monstruo, es un ballena." Thomas now felt sorry for Henry. "Come on. Your driver said it's time for a nice wash down. Then you'll feel much better." And Henry did. "I'm sorry that I was rude to you, Thomas." "That's all right, but can you smell something?" "What?" said Henry nervously. "Fresh air." "Oh, yes," replied Henry happily.